She's really good.
Yeah. Judy Garland's really good.
She's phenomenal.
I think we started recording.
That's okay.
He's talking about Julie Garland. What's up, guys?
Julie Garland. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Julian.
I'm Aaron.
And this is the Gay Straight Debate, girl.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? How you doing today?
They can't answer you back.
They can't? What? I thought I heard something. I'm not doing well, Julian. I've had a rough day today.
I know, me too.
I've had a rough freaking day.
There's a lot of construction on our street.
There's construction on our street. I'm angry at my father.
Yeah.
I'm angry at my dad. I'm not gonna say why.
I was gonna say 5 minutes ago you said you were
why.
gonna
I'm not gonna get into it. I don't want to tell the audience all that stuff, but I do want to say that I am pissed off at my dad. Like I'm at the age, I think, where in my life you look back and you go, shit, I have daddy issues, and it's fucking up my life. You know, it's fucking up relationships.
When
it's
did
fucking
he
up friendships.
When did he start fucking older men?
Oh, don't tell him about that.
Just kidding. That's funny that you mean like actual like daddy issues,
like
and not
daddy
just, like,
issues. I mean,
stuff.
I guess for a guy, straight dude to say daddy issues is probably not. But yeah, like my dad definitely fucked me up. Like I sound like Mark Maron right now, like talking about his dad and how he hates him. But like I look back and here's the topic of the day. The foreplay of the day is daddy issues. Okay. I'm bringing that to you. Here's my question.
I've got plenty to say on that.
You do? Good.
Sure.
Okay, here's my question. Why? Well, first I want to preemptively say, I think that we all, at a certain point, have to take responsibility for our own shitty actions. Am I right?
Totally.
So we do something fucked up, we can't just all of a sudden say, oh, my dad was an ass to me and I'm going to use that as you can't do that. At a certain point, you got to take responsibility for what you're doing.
Yeah.
That being said, today really fucked me up, and I look back at a lot of issues and I go, why do we keep on procreating if we can't treat our children nicely? Like,
oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Like, why? If you have daddy issues and you can't get over them to the point where you constantly react to your daddy issues, why have children and perpetuate that shitty domino effect until thousands of years ago,
giving people too
there was
much...
some shitty dude, and now it's just everybody. Like if you look to your left, to your right, somebody has daddy issues. Am I right?
I don't think...
Am I venting a little bit? I think I'm venting.
For sure, but also I don't think dads... I don't know. I don't think they're actively like, I'm going to fuck my kid up. It just comes from a lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, but I mean, that's another thing. Like you could, after a
How
while...
How old is he?
He was born in 51. What does that make him?
So he's...
I'm
not good with numbers.
I know. He had me when I was...
66.
He had me when he was 30. Yeah. He had me when he was 31 or 32. I think something like that. And here I am, 37, just turned 37. And at times I feel bad that I haven't had kids yet. I go, oh shit, I should probably...
No, please,
right?
don't feel bad about that.
Today I did not feel bad. Today I was like, there is no way I want to do something like that to my child.
Yeah.
There is no way I want to make my child feel shitty. Even though it might be something that's not directly intentional, he has to know. He has to know that he's done some fucked up shit. I mean, I think all fathers know that.
Yeah.
What do you? Am I shutting you up?
Fucking venting at me?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm totally kidding. I'm here to listen.
So, what do you think? My question is, do we need to stop procreating if we think we have issues that we're going to pass down to our children?
No, I don't think that's a good enough reason. I think a better reason, I mean, call me a pessimist, but like climate change is scary and all these things. I just wouldn't want to add to that. I don't want to exacerbate it. I think population's already like nuts. And so I don't know. And also I feel like it's kind of my role as a queer person to not necessarily yearn for that.
Right.
Even though I think, and like we're human.
Nowadays, queer or straight, everybody has a right to children. Everybody has equal rights now.
Absolutely.
They should.
But I do also think that we could be our agents of like some really cool radical change that that I don't know, kind of flips everything on its head. And I think part of that too, there are books on this I could send you. But,
really good.
Yeah. But so anyway, that's and queer theorists have said that's arguably our role as people saying, I don't do things quite like that. Is by saying, and also I'm okay not having kids. That's okay.
I think
but I'd love to adopt.
Right.
But yeah, when you said daddy issues, I thought you meant straight up sex. Kristen,
our
friend Kristen.
Yeah.
I once told her, because I really get along with my dad, but I hook up with older men from time to time.
And do you think it is connected to?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Although I do think
it's Freudian. It's not like I'm saying anything.
I do think I look for qualities in people I'm dating that my parents probably have to an extent. I want people that are fiery and resilient like my mom, but also like granola and super chill and like philosophical like my dad.
Right.
But in terms of actual lust, I've hooked up with older men. And so I was telling our friend Kristen about this. And I was like, girl, I have daddy issues. And she was like, you got grandpa issues. And I was like, oh, shit. Because, I have gone with much older at times.
Yeah, but that's not a daddy issue. That's like a daddy attraction.
You mean a father issue?
Father, I call them daddy issues because when you talk to girls and you talk about girls sometimes as a straight man, other straight men will talk about girls and we'll go, she has some daddy issues,
right?
Or find a girl with daddy issues. Depending on how douchey the dude is.
And you actually mean like psychological issues that are rooted in your relationship with your father.
And it's like, there are mothers that fuck their children up too, but for the most part, you always see this constant thing coming from fathers always. I know it's a blanket statement, but for the most part, fathers fuck up their children. Have you not noticed that?
Mine didn't.
That's what I was going to say. Your dad is chill.
I mean,
He's so down to
growing
earth and
up,
cool.
my mom was way more fiery and frankly scary at times. Just because she just operates at a different level. Like on a lot of fronts, she's the hardest worker I know and stuff. But with that comes, I mean, now that she's gotten older, she's not as edgy with her temper.
Right.
But
she had a temper.
But she had a temper.
That's scary when parents have my father had a temper. So that's
and I've never been in a relationship where anyone has quite exhibited that same gusto of anger.
What about me? Here's a.
Well, no, someone I'm fucking.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I imagine if they did, I'd be in deep.
Yeah, You'd have that weird attraction.
Oh my god! I'd be like, well, now we have to get married. Clearly,
yeah. I need to deal with this. I need to deal with this abuse all the time.
That says about me. So yeah, my daddy issues, I guess, are more mommy issues.
Gotcha. I think that happened. I mean, my brother is a recovering alcoholic. He's been sober for 10 years.
Good for him.
And he,
as I drink,
as you're drinking some Chardonnay, and
it's 5:07.
should have. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock somewhere.
He should have issues with more than I, because he was older when a lot of shit hit the fan when we were younger. He should have major issues, major daddy issues, whatever you want to call it. But he somehow has found a way to get past all of that and is probably one of the best fathers I've ever seen.
That's amazing.
Legitimately. So I look at that and I go, okay, you can get past it. But then again, the question is,
well, but keep in mind,
you're not get past it. I don't know if I will.
You're also not your brother's son.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Which is also the title of an award-winning Jody Pickle. My brother, no.
So your answer to the foreplay of the day about daddy issues is,
I don't have daddy issues. I got grandpa issues, girl. No, just kidding. I don't know. I really don't think there's much truth to it. Mm-hmm. I think there's a big mythos around like the absent father. Yeah. Which again, I don't know what that would be like, but I imagine that would also maybe play into your own sexual psyche in some way.
Yeah. I don't know. It does. I think it does. I think for girls, another blanket statement, I think for girls I've noticed that it does play into their psyche sometimes sexually. Like different things. I don't know.
And that's your perspective on that.
But I personally, I think.
Yeah, really. Dave's nodding his head.
Dave said yes. He agrees.
The straight boys in the room think so.
We think so, and I think that people like Trump are in office. Mm-hmm. I think wars sometimes are fought because of daddies. And I think if you think you're going to have daddy issues, don't procreate and stop this shitty domino effect. Yeah. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. But that's me venting. I'm good now.
I think it's a lot to just place it on the father, but anyway.
Yeah, you're right. It's a lot to place it on anybody other than yourself. Yeah. Truthfully.
That was a fun foreplay of the day.
Sorry.
Let's talk about.
I lost it for a moment. Oh my God, I need a cigarette. I don't even smoke.
So our guest today is Allison Eckhart.
Allison Eckhart.
She's fantastic. She's a star.
She's not. I don't think she's related to Aaron Eckhart, but I like her name. She has a star's
I'd love
name.
to ask her.
Yeah, and she is. She has a blog called. What is the blog called again?
You don't put me on the spot.
Oh my God, Julian, you got to know that. Okay, we're not going to edit this out though. I'm just gonna.
That's okay.
I'm just gonna let her know that I didn't know the name of the blog was. It is called.
She'll probably have daddy issues that really taps into.
Single girl. And it's pretty freaking awesome. And I don't know how I met Allison.
Wait, what's the blog again?
It's called Secrets of the Single Girl.
Secrets of the Single Girl.
And this is a phenomenal blog. I've been reading up on it lately.
Yeah.
And she talks about Bumble. Well, our subject matter today is dating in the social media age. So whatever accompanies that. And I think she's perfect because she is an expert at dating in the social media age. She has a lot of posts about Bumble, about Tinder.
That's awesome.
About like all the mishaps, all the beautiful things.
Relevant
all
content.
the shitty human beings that come across, this clickbait, swipe left, swipe right stuff. So I'm really excited to have her. And I think she should be here soon. I think she's
oh my God, she's at the door.
Oh my God, she's at the door.
Hello. Hi, Allison.
Hello.
Welcome.
All right, Allison. We're going to seat you right here.
Would you like some Chardonnay, Allison?
I like you have snacks. Damn.
Snacks. We have a
These are
joint.
your headphones right here.
Okay.
If you want them, you don't need to use
I don't
them.
mean.
Yeah,
That's not my
sometimes.
hair.
And also, you hear your own voice. It's so...
I don't like it actually.
I love it.
This is so fun.
So we have to hold the mics now because we're getting our mic
I
stands
feel like a
next week.
Spice Girl.
You look like a Spice Girl.
Do I? Which one?
I feel with it too.
I'm gonna say sporty. Should I say posh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sporty?
I know. That's the worst.
Hey,
This is
she
why a
had all
straight
the-
guy is bad at-
She had all the the riffs and stuff.
I
though.
thought sporty was hot. I
She
was
had like
kind
the
of
best
into sporty.
vocals of the group, I think.
My favorite was actually Ginger Spice.
Oh, really? She
had
was,
red hair
She
for, like,
was like
10
the
minutes.
most feminist of all of them, for sure.
Yeah.
She was always the one that was like girl power. Yeah,
But she was also always so scantily clad.
That's
like she was
okay.
wearing no clothes.
She's a sex positive feminist.
I mean, I'm about it. Like, if I could go naked everywhere, I would. I don't need it.
I probably wouldn't. I would just wear my Under Armour and like a really nice V-neck.
If you were a Spice Girl,
Under
No,
Armour
if
and
I
V-neck.
wouldn't go out naked. Like if there weren't any like moral codes and you could go out naked, but I would be like
you wouldn't go out naked.
not entirely.
I think I would, depending on how cold it was, though.
I still want
Yeah.
support.
Little support for the
Little
junk.
support, yeah. Just
Yeah,
to
I
keep
ran
it-
one day without underwear on with my sweatpants, and I was like, "This is a bad idea."
Why would that's like a girl wearing no sports bra.
Same thing.
It's awful and
It
it's
hurts.
painful.
Yeah, it's really painful.
Yeah.
Hey
I'm-
guys, this is Allison Eckhart is here.
Hey Allison.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Are you related to Aaron Eckhart?
I say I am.
You
I don't
should.
think so.
Cool, yeah,
should
drop
say
that
that.
When I
name.
first moved here, I would make like reservations at restaurants. I wouldn't do open table. I'd call so that I could be like Allison Eckhart.
Like over enunciate
And they're like,
the Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, of the Aaron. I actually got in a lot of cool places. I was
Oh,
like, this
cool.
is bomb, but he's like no one now.
Aaron Eckhart's a no one.
I mean, like he's not like
Aaron Eckhart is
Wasn't he
awesome.
nominated for Thank You for Smoking?
yeah. But how
But
long
when
ago
was
was
that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
And he
good-
did
good
Dark.
point.
He was
Good point.
in the Nolan Dark Knight movie.
And that was
Oh, that was
2008.
Two-Face. He was
Okay.
Give me something in like
We
2015.
should have him on the show.
Aaron Eckhart. If you're listening,
I will work it out.
Thank you.
Cousins unite. I would love that actually.
So, Allison, our subject today
Mm-hmm.
is dating in the social media age.
Yes, my favorite.
God.
I love it.
Really?
Yeah, that's like
I think
your
it's a shit
specialty.
fest.
I love it.
You love it.
I love it. But I also don't like go on that many dates from it. I just like all the shit messages that I get.
Yeah.
And I just post them.
So
I think it's so
called
funny.
Secrets of the
That's the
Single
best.
Girl.
Yeah.
I've been reading up on that.
Uh-oh.
There's some assholes out there.
Oh my god.
I mean,
It's
I
awful.
can be an asshole sometimes,
Yeah.
but that is like a whole new level of
Yeah.
asshole.
Like I don't find myself as being like a very nice person generally. Like to strangers.
You
I
seem
can-
nice.
I mean,
You're pretty nice, yeah.
but I can be pretty like assholey.
So Allison and I met somewhere online. I don't know if it was Bumble or Tinder. or Instagram. I have no idea.
It was Raya.
Are you on Raya?
I was on Raya.
I feel like we've been friends for a long time though.
Yeah, but we've been friends.
Yeah.
Quote unquote friends. But we just met each other today for the first time, just now.
That is so cool.
I did come to your street food cinema thing.
You did. How come you didn't say? Oh, you
Because
did
you were
text me.
too busy.
I was too busy.
Literally, I would look around and he's like,
The Mighty Ducks thing.
he's wearing like
Oh,
a
I
tight
had, that,
t-shirt.
I had that girl. I brought
Schmoozing.
that girl with me too.
That was the subtext of that.
I mean, I brought like 4 friends. It was definitely not like a hey, what's up, but like, were you?
What was that? That's Dave, by the way.
This is Dave.
This is Dave Hines
sound-
Next time
of
we'll go
the
together.
Dave Hines Show. Everybody should listen to the Dave Hines Show. Dave is
Yeah, Dave has a
producing
show
this
too.
for us, and he's fucking
He's
amazing.
brilliant,
Yeah.
awesome, sweet. All the wonderful
I want to
adjectives.
listen now.
Yeah. So that's one thing right there. Nobody really meets up. I feel like
No,
when you're on
I meet
Bumble,
up with a lot of people.
do you? Do you do it for the blog, or do you
No.
just do it just?
If I like someone,
Yeah.
regardless if it's a girl or a guy or whatever, like, who cares?
I feel like I'm flaked
But
on
have
all
any
the
of
time.
them figured out like, hey, you're the girl that's gonna post this conversation?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What happens? What's the worst? Let me hear the worst case scenario when that happens.
Like people get so angry when I say that I'm a writer or whatever. They're like, "You're not gonna write about this, are you?" And I was like, "No, I don't write about my dates often, unless you do something horrible enough or great enough to warrant a blog post. Like, you're no one. Like,
Oh, I would write about everything.
But the thing is, they're not that exciting. I always have really good dates.
Okay.
But I was dating this guy who, I went on a date with this guy who owns a bar. He's like really well known in like the music industry, I guess. I had no idea.
Who is it?
I'm not
Tell
gonna
us. Say it. Say it out
His first
loud.
name is Brian, but I'm not going to say the last name.
Okay.
Tell us
I know who it
afterwards.
is.
And he was like so appalled that I had a blog, and he was like,
Wow.
"This does not go past this table. This like anything we
Off
do."
the record.
Yeah, and I was
Sign
like,
this non-disclosure. Like,
I was like,
geez.
"Who are you, you psychopath?"
What
Like,
a crazy person.
like I feel like I'm much more popular than you are, so like I'm not gonna write about you. It's fine. And then the first date was kind of like blah. Like it was good, but it was,
Wait, you went on multiple dates with him?
second date.
Okay.
We went to the worst sushi place I've ever been to, and I was like, okay, he's gonna try something for sure.
Because it was a
And-
bad sushi place.
Yeah, like if you're trying to impress someone, you're not gonna take them to sushi where you may or may not get food poisoning, right?
Right.
Because you're not like it's just not cute.
I don't know. I would be like cheap sushi.
And then when you have like blowout diarrhea in the bathroom before you leave,
Yeah.
the girl like calls an Uber and she's like, never again. I'll never. Anyways, I digress. So he gets me and he's like, let's go see a movie. And I was like, perfect. I love movies. And then he was like, let's go watch a movie at your place. And I was like, all right, let's see. Let's test this theory of mine and see what happens.
You know where it's going.
I
though.
do know, but I'm
But
like,
you kind of wanted. You
but
kind
he
of
has a
wanted
nice,
it a little bit.
Absolutely
No?
not.
Okay.
No, I wanted to write about it. I would have written about it.
Okay.
And I think I actually did write about it. Like, guys assume that if they look at a girl's apartment door, they're getting in and they're getting laid.
They're in and they're in.
I'm sorry. No.
True. It's true. We do.
Yeah.
If it's the first date, especially, we're like, oh shit, we're in the house on the first date.
Because walking a girl to her door is like absurd these days. No one
I
even.
know.
Right? It's awful.
Chivalry's dead.
Is dead.
Jinx.
Yeah, you'll need a Coke.
I had a guy drive me from Venice to come to a date with me like last week. And
Drive
I thought,
you from Venice?
No. I said
Oh.
that wrong. Drive from Venice
Okay.
Yeah.
to me. And I was like, oh my
That's big
God.
enough.
That is nice.
At like 6 o'clock? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
This guy that I met on Tinder actually, and he's really great, and we see each other from time to time. But he's on the West Side, and I was the first one to bring it up. I was like, like this may be difficult because like I'm more like in the center of the city, and you're on the West Side. And like then the date after that conversation, he was like, "You have me feeling all self-conscious about the fact that we live like 40 minutes away." And I'm like, no, it's not a deal breaker, but like it is.
It is.
At least in LA.
Sometimes.
It's like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Depending on where they are.
Yeah, but
I was dating a girl that lived in the valley, but like kind of deep in the valley, and I was kind of a dick. I was like, "You live like in the middle of nowhere, and this is hard."
Yeah.
And
expect emails from people living in the valley on that
I
one.
know. Well, I mean,
Shout
if
out
I
to
was
her.
living in the valley as well, I would
Absolutely.
be more
Totally.
Absolutely.
inclined to
They're
hang
lovely, lovely
Like
areas.
if a guy lived in Santa Monica, I'd be about
Stop
it. I love Santa Monica, but like the Valley, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't sign me up for
No.
that.
It's always too cold
They're
or too
all-
hot.
They're
Fuck
all
that
Yeah.
different
place.
gems in a jewel-box.
Sorry, guys in the Valley. Love you all, but I'm not happy with that place.
So you only screenshot conversations that are either like blood-curdlingly terrible or like really.
I don't even
exceptionally
post. I don't
wonderful?
even post good ones because
Okay.
then everyone's like, "She's pretty. She gets these all the time." Like, no one cares. Nobody
No, but
cares about the
people want to
nice.
see the nice ones. No,
If
everybody
it's
wants
about
to see
my
drama.
blog, if it's about my blog, they're like, "You're a great writer," whatever. Then I
Yeah.
post those. But if they're like, "You're so pretty," like, no one cares. There is so many pretty people, and
Yeah.
all Instagram is like selfies. Like, like,
That's one of my questions. So what do you think about the whole like self-image? How you can like create one persona and then be a completely different person, and then meet the person and they realize and shit's off.
I get so many emails from guys about this because
Interesting.
girls are crazy people, and we like. You
Over
don't think,
filter everything.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Facetune, calm down. Facetune 2, where you can like do the way. It's just bananas.
Yeah.
Oh right.
It's so bizarre to me that a girl thinks that when they meet a guy in person, he's not going to notice that she's 50 pounds or has
Yeah.
acne or their hair is cut off or whatever.
Guys don't. I think maybe guys are doing it more often now. I don't know. I don't think guys do that, do they?
Guys do it differently.
Guys on Grindr and stuff, I think
So that's the
definitely.
Oh, I'm
do.
sure.
And
straight
now they
world
have
and
apps
gay
Yeah.
that like darken your abs to make them look more defined.
Really?
Like,
Oh, I gotta find those out.
It's crazy.
Whatever.
It's like no,
That's
people.
nuts.
Yeah, yeah. The Grindr scene's a whole other beast.
The Grindr is-
I want to sign up for it just so I can see it.
I think you should do
great
that.
Okay.
You'd get great conversations probably. I mean, people on there, man, it like have issues like, and a lot of it's really unfortunate, but like a lot of crack addicts. Yeah, like one time I was like so.
Literally addicted to crack
Yeah, or meth.
or something. Yeah.
Tina, you
my
know,
God.
and
Tina.
it's and on the profile it'll say P&P, which means party and play, and that means like let's smoke meth and fuck. And one time I was like so horny that
You're like,
some guy was
party
like,
play sounds good. Let me
Yeah,
show up.
exactly.
And you're like, what is going on?
well, yeah, I've shown up to one which got me in trouble, but I told a guy come here, and so he came to my apartment.
You brought a meth head into our apartment, Julian.
I don't know if you lived with me at that point,
Okay.
but so he.
Dun, dun, dun.
But so he came in and I'm not interested in the meth, obviously. I'm interested in him. So I start kissing his neck and stuff, and he's literally smoking a crack pipe, and he stops me and he's like, you don't, and he's like, you don't want any of this? And I was like, of the meth? No, I don't. And he was like, well, you said you were down in P&P, and like left. And I was like, interesting. Like he just wanted
Wow,
he
he
just
felt
wanted a
judged.
meth
He
buddy.
felt judged.
He just wanted a
But
meth
that's
buddy.
nice that he would share because I hear it's expensive.
I guess, but like, I don't know. I'm not trying to
Meth
dance
is
with that
cheap.
devil.
I don't know.
I don't dabble in any kind of drugs.
not dabbling
I know
meth once in a
cocaine
while?
is really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never bought it. I don't even know any drug dealers, but I just assume that all drugs are expensive.
Yeah. We're in LA. They're all accessible.
Yeah.
out here.
Well, yeah.
Is like, do a lot of profiles say 420 in the straight community?
No.
that's no. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
'cause
see them, but not a lot.
I've
I
seen it
feel
from
like
girls.
straight dudes.
I've seen 420
that doesn't
friendly.
work.
Yeah, right? Dave agrees.
Really?
We need to get like also a gay producer once in a while so that a gay producer
I
can be like,
know.
yeah, honey.
Send them our way, listeners. If you know any LA-based gay producers.
Dave could do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I have a question also about dating and about relationships. Now, once the date goes back and goes into the relationship, how do you feel about like likes, DMs? Like, I feel like that's always been a problem in a relationship with me. Too many likes on a girl's page, too many DMs. I mean,
Why do you
DMs
like
are
another
totally.
girl's picture? I'm sure.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. Is a
Yeah.
like really that big of a deal?
It can be depending on whose picture you're liking.
Mm.
If you're
Right.
liking 20 of the same girl's pictures, like, why are you blowing up her shit?
Word.
But if you're doing like a bunch of different
Yeah.
girls, who cares? Your girlfriend should be confident enough in your relationship that a like doesn't mean anything.
I like you,
if
Allison.
If you DM somebody,
That's another story altogether.
I will blow up your apartment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, you can't
DMs
help
are.
if someone
are,
DMs you. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Have
well,
you
you
ever
do.
gotten
But
Have you ever
do you
gotten
have-
videos just sent of you like a guy masturbating? Because like I have. I feel like
I've
Aaron.
had that, yeah.
I'm sure
I've
Aaron's
gotten-
had that too.
I've gotten
What?
Sexes. Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
full on, just a hand on a dick. You don't know the face, you don't
There
know
was
the
some-
body.
some-
You're like, okay,
I'm not going to
who are
say
you?
this name, but there's some French bureaucrat that is like pretty well known who started sending me himself jerking off. And I was like, dude, you got to stop.
A French
I blocked
bureaucrat.
him. Yeah, I blocked him.
Sent
he
him
somehow
my
got
way.
through and sent some more.
Our wedding's gonna be in Versailles.
That is amazing. I mean, I don't think I get dick pics anymore because I post them on my stories.
Wait, do you actually post the dicks?
Wow. Yeah.
Well, I'll like blur it out.
But you'll be like, so and so. Do you say their names?
No, I don't say the names, and I hide my stories so they can't see that.
Well, and I feel like if you
I've
do
done
say
that
the
before.
name, that's arguably sexual harassment now too.
Yeah,
True.
and like
I think a court in England or something just ruled on that.
Yeah. What about Snapchat though? Snapchat's a whole different animal.
I don't
think
even have mine, so I can see strangers. I have to follow them for me to get
to get
their
anything
snaps.
because I feel like Snapchat is now like the the cheating tool
So,
as
but
well.
Bumble's your favorite.
Raya is my favorite, but because
You're on
it's-
Raya, nice.
Yeah.
Raya's like you gotta
Guys,
be
can you get
fancy.
me on Raya? If any listeners at home can get
There's
me on
like
Raya,
a
please.
14-month waiting list. I just gave
Yeah.
my
Oh
my
promo
gosh.
code or whatever to some guy that I knew in New York, and he was like, "Thank you so much." And then I didn't hear back, and I was like, "How'd it go?" And he was like, "I decided not to." I was like, "Oh,
They
I'm so sure.
rejected
I'm
him.
so
Yeah.
sure." But guys
I
take
mean, I have
rejection
pretty
well.
good credit. Do they look at that? I'd be like,
Raya's
look at my
cool.
credit, Raya.
I love Raya because you can actually play a song
Yeah.
for your profile. So like you
What was
create
your
like a little
song?
music video. I kept on changing it because I was nobody ever liked me on Raya. Nobody. There was like one person that liked me on Raya. It was sad. Yeah,
How long were you on there for?
like maybe 5 months.
I
Well,
feel
your
like
membership is for 6, so maybe you should have
Maybe
a
I
little
should
bit
have
longer.
Maybe.
I feel like everyone on Raya though is specifically looking for like
Celebs.
really famous people.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
not seen a famous person on there in quite some time.
Oh, I was
Because the
seeing a lot.
secret's
of-
out.
Yeah, secret's out
That's
about Raya.
exactly it.
We're talking about it right now. Now the secret's really out.
I know. We do not talk about
We're gonna get
Raya.
emails from Raya.
Tom Hanks just left the Raya network. No, I'm sure he's a faithful man. Yeah, man, I feel like we barely touched the tip of the
We
iceberg
haven't
here.
touched the tip of the iceberg. What else do we have for you? I want to hear about your blog. I want to hear more about the blog. I want to hear like some of the
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah. I want to hear some really shitty stories.
I don't
just
really
want some
have
drama.
any. I wish I did.
Really?
Well, I started the blog because I was dating this actor and I was smitten kitten. I was like, oh, this is it. We're going to get married. And 3 weeks into it, he's like, I'm going to marry you. We're going to have babies. You're going to come live with me. And I was like, whoa, bro, pump the brakes. And then I was like, okay, but maybe. Like, you have a nice house and you're really cute and you're tall. And like, we could do this. And then we went to our first like public appearance, whatever. And the next day he went to go hike, like a canyon. I don't know where, some canyon
That's
thing that you
sexy.
hike. For 4 days, right? No, because
Wait,
the
for
pic.
4 days? Extra.
Yeah, what's it like a
What is
really
extra?
big, like not the Grand Canyon, but something like that?
I don't
Yosemite.
know. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is that
You
a
guys
canyon?
went for
I
4
I don't know.
days?
Gorgeous.
I didn't go because this trip was planned and I couldn't ask off work because it was so quick.
Yeah.
Because actors don't have normal jobs, so
Right, we
they
don't work.
don't. Yeah,
There's a lazy
so,
bastard sitting around.
yeah.
the
We
house
don't
all
work,
day.
and yet I'm never available.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm busy right now.
Because you're doing like Nintendo.
Yeah.
Did you
So
say
you-
doing Nintendo?
Yeah.
You did say that.
Hey, that's how I think it's
we're not
done
gonna-
too. I've seen people do Nintendo, also.
and Sega Genesis on your phone.
Do. Okay. So he's hiking, whatever, sending me pictures, like we're gonna do this. Gets home, cancels all of our dates, and ghosts me. And I was like, oh. So
Wow.
at the charity event, he asked me to move in with him. And I was like,
Was he like a well-known actor? This guy? No, he was just an actor.
I mean, he's been in like TV shows.
Yeah.
But, like,
LA.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's actually on a show right now. That's pretty. It's Ex-Girlfriend.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Don't
She
be
doesn't
so
like it.
excited.
I've never
I
watched
did
it.
background on that show, and and they wanted me to kiss a guy on camera, and I got a pay bump, and also there was smoke, so I got
And
a
you got to
smoke
kiss
bump.
somebody on camera?
Yeah, but I wish he was more attractive.
That's
Who
always
was
the case.
it? What if it was my ex?
No, it definitely was not. It was not like a name. We were background.
It is always tough when you're like,
But I still
oh.
thrive back there, I promise.
See me.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's interesting because that's kind of something I want to touch on. Like,
Yeah.
I do think these apps make commitment a lot harder.
Absolutely.
And also,
Ooh, yeah.
it's just so ambiguous. Like, like even this guy that I'm kind of seeing now, I'm like, I don't know how committed we should be at this point because like we both have apps, at least as far as I know.
And you guys check each other's stories all the time?
No, actually, he normally doesn't have that many stories, and with me, he's told me like I like refrain from seeing all of them because I don't want to give you that much power and see all of them, and I'm like,
that's such a game.
You want to hear the difference between guys and girls?
But he told me, which is cool.
Girls post stories to get the guy to watch them.
Yeah.
Oh, I do that
guys,
too.
Guys do that sometimes.
I do that too with certain guys.
Yeah,
like if I'm on a roll with a certain guy, I'm like, this one's for him too, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one.
I was a sucker last November. I was posting so many stories, like completely out of character, like what I was
bed
doing.
Selfies, morning selfies.
But it was
I'm not like
but in the back of your head, you were like, okay, it's gonna look good for him to see.
He's gonna look at it, and then
Yeah.
he's gonna text me, and then we're gonna go on a date, and then we're gonna fall in love.
And it kind of works though sometimes.
Okay, no, I don't know who you. That doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever texted a girl and you're like, that bed selfie was fire. Let's
Actually,
go out
I
tonight.
think I might have said those exact words. Or maybe use the fire emoji with the hearty eyes afterwards.
I hate emojis in conversations, though.
Really?
I think it just ruins it.
I think it's a nice seasoning just to like add to the tone of your text.
Yeah, like I don't like replacing words with emojis,
Same.
but like I like a heart thingy,
A little thing
like
at
At
the
the end, being like, I'm joking
Yeah.
about this, or
Yeah.
I'm emotional about this.
And, well, like, do you find it harder to like, because like with apps, I feel like another thing that's tricky is like you cut through the bullshit and it's physical very quickly.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how do we go from here to like more of like an emotionally engaged place where we're like,
100%.
where we're like emotionally accessible to each other.
Or you guys are you've gotten to the point where, pictures are shared. Sometimes that happens. Pictures are shared back and forth. Sometimes they're nude, sometimes they're not. And you get to that point before you even know each other, and then you finally meet. And
Yeah,
there's
it's
this
like how
awkward
where do
moment
you go
where you're
from
like,
there?
I don't even know you.
I've never. This is not even part
Really?
Of my
This may be
This
more
is-
of a
yeah.
guy problem. I don't know.
But
we're sending our dicks to everybody apparently.
No, I don't send my dick to just
He's
anybody.
like twice a week,
Yeah,
twice
once
a week.
now. I brought
He's
it back
cut
a little
down,
bit.
yeah.
But what about, so you were asking about being faithful. How do you feel?
Yeah,
I
how
feel
do
like
you
that's the
navigate that?
hardest
It is.
thing nowadays.
Absolutely.
Especially with.
But also
there's
maybe
always
our
a-
generation
there's
doesn't
always
want to
a-
be faithful. I don't know if we even put those parameters on ourselves anymore, do we?
Do we? I think we do. Oh yeah, we do.
Maybe.
Everybody's talking. Okay, in your blog, you talk about the one, and you put it in quotes. So, do you believe in the one? Do you think
Absolutely.
there is the one, or do you think
Absolutely.
there are many?
I think that you can love a lot of people, but I think you can only be in love with one or two.
So you think there is somebody out there specifically for you that is the one?
I do.
No,
the world is
I
changing
think there are
the
like
fuck out
maybe
of
like
me.
100 to like 600 people that are like pretty solid match.
Yeah,
But pretty
that's the
solid. Do you want to
problem.
spend the rest of your life with pretty solid?
Shit, I'll
Nah.
take it.
Nowadays-
honestly.
nowadays-
And then you
I'll
get
take
divorced,
semi-solid.
and then we're back at this table talking about why we're single.
Divorce is a whole other episode that
I mean,
we'll
we
touch on.
learn our dating habits from our parents. We learn how to love other people from our parents.
We do, but at the
Yeah.
same time, now we're learning. It's a big mix now. Now we're learning from our parents and from social media.
You don't learn from social media because by the time you're getting on social media, you've already established.
I
those-
agree with that.
That's
You've
true.
already
That's true.
internalized
Yeah.
like interpersonal
Yeah.
But
dynamics.
it does direct what you're doing in a different.
Absolutely.
It totally changes the direction of
Yeah.
things. I mean, you're like looking at people's stories. You're liking things. You're getting DMs. You guys are on Bumble, on Tinder, like all this shit. 30 years ago, people just had to like say hello to each other in a bar,
Yeah.
meet up, go out, and I think it made things a lot simpler and a lot easier.
Absolutely. Remember the time when a guy had to ask a girl's dad for permission to walk around this like the block?
Oh yeah.
Take me back to those times.
I did that a long time ago.
I would love that.
Not for me.
No?
But I'm a hoe. You guys already know.
I do.
He's like, all the boys.
I'll live with the
Yeah,
kid.
give me the Letterman. Let's go.
I love that.
So you do
funny.
believe there is the one?
Yeah.
Do you think that's limiting you in any way? Like it's keeping you from getting?
I think it's keeping me from slutting myself out to people.
That's good. That's true.
I mean, I only have sex with someone if I'm exclusively dating them.
Wow, good for you.
I try to do
But it's a lot harder for guys because guys
is
are born
harder.
to spread their seed. It is
Yeah.
instilled in you.
So you
I
think
wish
the
that
whole
was
nature-
true, but it's so
Okay.
true.
It is
Yeah.
true. A lot of people will deny it, though. A lot of people will say that's just an excuse, that like the whole genetic thing is an excuse, but it's not.
It's not. It's absolutely not. Guys are meant to spread their seed, and women, we're meant to be caregivers.
Yeah.
That's why you see girls with dogs who they act like it's their baby, is because they need to care for something.
This is another argument for the what matriarchy.
Oh, yeah, he loves it.
Dismantle the white patriarchy. Sorry.
Well, Allison, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. It's nice to finally meet you.
This was so
Yeah,
fun.
I love this.
Come back anytime.
And
Okay.
I hope you find the one. I hope we all find the one.
Thank you.
Let's
Good
all
luck,
find
guys.
the one.
Let's all just get married to each other.
Let's do it.
There's
Okay.
got to be
We can do it
a
nowadays.
state,
Yeah.
Utah, somewhere in
LA
polygamous
soon
marriage.
enough. Yeah.
LA.
Everything's legal
Everyone's
here.
being married to each other. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Wait, and where could fans find you? Where could listeners find you?
My blog is Secrets of the Single Girl, and my Instagram is Allison_Eckhart.
Awesome.
Woo.
Straightforward. And you can find Aaron at.
Aaron Schwartz 11.
And you can find me at Jules Goza, JULCGOZA. Those are all Instagram handles, by the way.
You're doing really well today. You're like controlling this one. I like it.
I'm steering this shit.
You're steering this
Like
fucking
it.
ship today.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Oh yeah, and the show email. If you guys, thanks Dave. If you guys if you have any questions, comments, or you want to like be a part of the foreplay of the day, the Gmail is Julian.
GayStr8Debate. That's gay, and then straight with an 8, and then debate with all spelled out.
All spelled out.
Yeah.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Bye
you guys.
guys.
Bye. Bye, Allison. Thank you.